Good morning, my children, and once again, welcome back to your English class, the class of the teacher Jacob. Now, before I start with the class, remember, on Friday, we have our Christmas festival. So it's very important that you continue practicing the songs that I gave to your family. Now remember, these songs are especially prepared for that festival, so it's important that you do your best to sing as loud as you can and move as good as you can. Recuerden, chicos, que para el viernes tenemos nuestro festival navideño. Para esto, chicos, recuerden, les mandé yo unas canciones que tienen que estar practicando hasta el momento, hasta ahorita tienen que seguirlas practicando para que pues ese día ustedes canten con todas sus fuerzas, canten muy bonito y pues bailen con sus mejores pasos para que nuestro festival sea todo un éxito. Now, today, my children, we're going to continue with a brand new letter, the letter I. But before we commence with this letter, let's have a review of yesterday's video, which was like and I don't like. I'm gonna give you several examples, and using your thumb and repeating the sentence, you will say if the object likes you or not. Vamos a hacer ahorita un ejercicio de repaso acerca del tema que trabajamos el día de ayer. Recuerden, like y don't like. Les voy a decir nombres de cosas al azar, y ustedes me van a decir, mostrándome también su pulgar, si es de su agrado o no. Let's begin. What about pizzas? Pizzas, okay. Do you like pizzas, like or don't like? Like, very good. Pizzas are delicious. What about, let me think about it, snakes, the animal of the jungle, which is very scary. Like or don't like? Okay, don't like. There are people that, yes, they like them, but I bet you, my children, you don't like. Now, let's start thinking about another object. Toys. Toys, remember, juguetes. What about toys? Like or don't like? Don't like. Oh, sorry, like. Very good. Now, what about, let me think, school. Remember, school in Spanish, escuela. Like or don't like? Like. Very good. Excellent. And finally, spider. Spiders, remember, it's the insect, not the superhero. What about spiders? Recuerden que cuando hablamos de arañas, no nos referimos al superhéroe, al hombre araña, nos referimos al insecto. Spiders, don't like. I don't like spiders. Very good. So, we don't have a problem with this topic. Let's start with the letter I, but before we commence with this letter, remember, once again, we have to make a review of the previous ones so we can join it with this brand new letter. Recuerden, chicos, que antes de empezar siempre con nuestra letra, la nueva letra, tenemos que regresarnos y dar un repaso de todas las letras que hemos visto hasta el momento para que de esa forma la podamos unir. Let's start. Now remember, once again, all letters have their own objects. Not just objects, but also names of people. Today, because it's capital letters, we're going to see objects. Capital A. Airplane, ambulance, ant, apple. Capital B. Bone, balloon, ball, bag. Capital C. Clown, coin, chair. Capital D. Dog, doll, door, dragon. Capital E. Elephant, egg, eagle. Remember the eagle, part of the family of the birds, in Spanish, águila. Capital F, fish, fat person. Flower, farm. Remember farm, granja. Capital G, the letter for girl, grandmother, glass, glove. Capital H, the letter for hot dog, the letter for hand, the letter for honey. Remember honey, the favorite food of the bees and the bears, honey, miel, and finally hammer, which is an object that we use for construction. After the capital H, we have capital I, the letter of today. Now remember, the sound and the pronunciation of this, it's like if you pinch yourself. I. Recuerden el sonido y la pronunciación para esta nueva palabra, para esta nueva letra del abecedario, es como si ustedes se pellizcaran. I. That's the sound of the new letter. Now remember, with Miss Lupita, the name of this letter in Spanish is E, but the letter E for the teacher is this one. So, I know that sometimes it can be a little bit confusing, but remember, practicing constantly, there will be no problem. Recuerden, chicos, que con la Miss Lupita, esta letra del día de hoy en español se dice I, como la letra que tenemos aquí. En inglés se dice I para la letra E y I para la letra I. A veces esto puede ser un poquito confuso, nos podemos hacer un poquito de bolas, pero recuerden, estudiando y repasando constantemente, no vamos a tener alguna complicación. So, capital I. Once again, for this we have objects. The object of today, we have the ice cream and the insects. Let's talk about characteristics of each one of these two, beginning with the ice cream. Now, the ice cream, it's a dessert that is served cold. We have several flavors for ice cream. We can have strawberry ice cream, chocolate ice cream, vanilla ice cream, banana ice cream, apple ice cream, cherry ice cream, you name it. Pretty much every fruit that you know, okay, we can find a flavor for that ice cream. And the ice cream, it's poured inside a cookie in form of a cone. And of course, ice creams are very delicious, but we have to be careful not to eat it constantly because it's cold and we have the risk of getting sick. En el caso de los helados, helado in English, ice cream, recuerden que es un postre que se sirve frío. Este helado pues contiene varios sabores. Los más conocidos puede ser uno de chocolate, de vainilla, de fresa. También todas las frutas que ustedes conocen, hay mucha probabilidad de que exista un sabor de esa fruta para los helados. Ahora, la bola del helado se sirve en una galleta. Esta galleta tiene forma de cono y pues no cabe destacar que sabe muy rica. Es uno de los postres más deliciosos, más sabrosos, pero recuerden, tenemos que tener cuidado de no comerlo constantemente porque pues nos podemos enfermar, sobre todo en estas fechas donde hay mucho frío. Okay? Very good. Next to the ice cream, we have the insects. Now the word insect in Spanish, insectos. Insects, again, it's a part of the family of the animals, okay? Insects are also considered animals. And we have several, including mosquitoes, including crickets, including bees, including caterpillars, including ladybugs, okay? Let me think in another insect. Ants are also part of this. Para los insectos, chicos, recuerden que estos también son parte de la familia de los animales, también tienen su propio grupo. Para los insectos son todas estas pequeñas criaturitas que son muy delgaditas, la mayoría de ellas vuelan, como es en el caso de las abejas, de los mosquitos, de las moscas, de los grillos, de los chapulines, de las catarinas, ¿ok? Todos, de las hormigas, también ese es un grupo, un ejemplo de insectos, ¿ok? Y como ustedes sabrán, son animales muy pequeños. Very good. Now, the important part of insects is that the name of it begins with the capital I. Also, for ice cream, capital I. Very good. Now, before I explain the activities of your teddy book, let's have our pronunciation exercise. Remember, for this, it's very important that you listen to the teacher so you repeat it correctly. Let's begin. Vamos a empezar con nuestro ejercicio de pronunciación. Para esto, chicos, recuerden, es importante que ustedes pongan atención para que escuchen cómo decimos la palabra correctamente en inglés y ustedes lo puedan repetir. Vamos a empezar. Ice cream. Capital I. Very good. Insects. Capital I. Very good. Now, the activities of your teddy book, okay? The activities of today, appeared and are part of your teddy book, and they are located right here. Capital I for ice cream, capital I for insect. Once again, the most important part of these activities is to trace the capital I. So using your pencil rapidly correctly, using 3 fingers, we have to trace all the examples of the capital I for ice cream. Now remember, while we are tracing the letter, it's important to repeat the name of it. Recuerden que lo importante de este ejercicio es remarcar correctamente la capital I. Mientras la remarcamos, no se les olvide repetir su nombre para que de esa forma no se nos olvide. Capital I. Capital I is for ice cream. The ice cream in Spanish, helado, uses capital I. Once again, you have more examples to trace on your teddy book. After you finish with all of them, we continue with the second part of it, which is painting the ice cream. Now, for the ice cream, you can use any color that you want. Remember, if it's vanilla, you can paint it color yellow. If it's strawberry, you can paint it color pink. If it's chocolate, you can paint it color brown or color black. And in the case of the cone, you can use colors as color brown. Okay? But once again, that is optional. If you want to choose your own colors, there is no problem. Let's continue with the second activity, which are the insects. For the insects, once again, the most important part of the activity is the tracing of the capital I. Capital I for insect. Insect in Spanish, insectos. Capital I for insect. Okay, remember, you have more examples to trace. After you finishing with all of them, we continue painting the several examples of these animals, the insects. Now, also, something that I forgot to mention it. While you are painting either of the 2 objects, it's important that you repeat the name of it. Mientras ustedes colorean los 2 ejemplos, ice cream and insects. No se les olvide repetir su nombre para que de esa forma no se nos olvide el vocabulario del día de hoy. Now, before we finish with the class, remember on top of the page we have small sentences. I'm going to read them for you. Recuerden que en la parte de arriba de nuestros ejercicios, cada vez que trazamos una nueva letra, tenemos unas pequeñas oraciones que están relacionadas al objeto. Se las voy a leer a continuación. The first one, it says, I like ice cream. Me gusta el helado. The second page, it says, I don't like insects. No me gustan los insectos. Very good. So, that's it for today, my children. Remember, we are almost this close to going out on vacation. So it's very exciting, very good news actually. So, before we go out on vacation, it's very important that these remaining days we work as hard as ever. Recuerden, chicos, que ya estamos a punto de salir de vacaciones. Son fechas muy importantes, muy especiales, pasarla bonito con familia, pero antes de salir, recuerden, estos últimos días de trabajo hay que echarle muchas ganas, como siempre lo hemos estado haciendo. So, we see you tomorrow with more information, more letters, more reviews, more objects. Have an excellent day. Take care. Goodbye.